3-1 win, and yeah, I mean, Gressel, I think, was playing out of his mind a little bit before he came off, and rightfully so for a send-off for Parkey. You love to see it.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it was in a game that you were in control of. At the end, he can get rid of a run out. I was surprised. He looked like actually that Tito was struggling for a bit there right after he came on. I think he might have picked up a knock. He was favoring his left leg. Or Joseph. I didn't think Joseph would play the full 90, but hey, the subs worked out. The game worked out. 3-1 win. It was frustrating a bit early on because New England, I think, found their way through the defense 2 times in the first 5 minutes and got that goal. But after, you got the second goal, it was on cruise control, and Atlanta United, I think, were the better team from the get-go, and now you see them again in 2 weeks' time, and you can beat them.
Yeah. Well, it is interesting. We didn't maybe play our full hand there because, yeah, Joseph, well, no one could have guessed that he was going to play except Joseph.
The fact that he started and played 90 minutes and scored and did what he did is still mind-blowing to me. I don't know if he's just not human or what his injury thing is, but
when he was injured, he was sobbing on the sidelines.
I thought he torn his knee, and then he's, less than a month later, he's playing again and scoring a goal and looking like his old self. So it was wild. But, yeah, you're right. Didn't play Pity Martinez. He didn't play at all. Barco comes off after 60 minutes. So, yeah, you could say we didn't play our full-strength lineup. But they got the job done, and I think that you can see a little bit what New England's going to try to do. They're definitely going to look to break in behind in the playoffs and exploit that space. And they got away with it once today, and they might have had a couple other chances. But on the whole, I thought Atlanta United looked like the dominant team. And maybe New England didn't play with the full intensity that they needed to, but at the same time, they played a high line. They were aggressive. They were going for it. But Atlanta United was absolutely the better team, and you get the 3 points today. And second in the East, so 2 home games if you take care of business the first time. So if you see a rematch at Philadelphia, it'll be on our own home turf. And I know the players would love to see Philadelphia again, especially with the trash they talked after that result, and they lost it at NYCFC. You hate to see it.
Yeah. And so in terms of that, I mean, Philadelphia Union, I think at this time would be playing New York Red Bulls. Is that a favorable matchup, though, that let's be honest, we don't want to see the Red Bulls.
No, I mean, I'd rather see Philadelphia, but Red Bulls, I believe they lost today. They were losing 3-0 or so to Montreal. So if they're playing that bad and if they're not in good form, then maybe you catch Red Bulls that's not focused, they're not in form. You can exercise that demon. Besides, the one time we beat them was in the playoffs at home in Mercedes-Benz Stadium. So they're a very good team. But that being said, I think that Philadelphia is good, but when we're at full strength, we can beat them. We played them well in Philadelphia, but lost due to injuries and, getting tired at the end of the game. But they've been the second/third best team in the East so far this season. So on the basis of the season, you'd rather see Red Bulls. But at the same time, Red Bulls does present that hoodoo that we've always had. But, we'll see. If they play like they played tonight, I think we'll be all right. It was a solid performance throughout. At times, it was a bit slow and a bit risky at the back. But, that's kind of how we've been this season. So, we'll see. I honestly think the most disappointing thing about today was Carlos Vela scoring a hat trick for LAFC. So, he breaks Joseph's record, and he's at least at 34 goals, which is damn impressive. Although, 11 were penalties, but we won't talk about that. But Joseph had to get one to his name anyway, just to say something. But still, it was a good day. Michael Parkhurst gets his send-off, 3 points, in the season on a good note. Now you have 2 weeks to get healthy and recover, and then see this team again and hopefully advance to the conference semifinals.
Yeah. So in terms of Michael Parkhurst, what has he meant as a captain for Atlanta United? And just to give him some nice words before. It's basically it's his last regular season game. That's.
Yeah. Well, you don't know if he'll play again either in the playoffs. Depending on how things line up, he might not be one of the players that subs. And barring lots of injuries, I don't see him starting. So it may have been the last minutes he plays in his professional career. Who knows what the future holds? But I think it was interesting that, he plays his last minutes in his last game against a team that he started with in MLS, which is very fitting. And the Revs gave him a poster at the end as well, so it was good to see that they still respect what he did there. But in terms of a captain, he's been professional since day one. He's been interacting with the community. He's a very gregarious individual, and I think he's been a leader for that team. And he'll always be remembered for that tackle that led to Joseph's goal to get 1-0 MLS Cup. And I think that's a pretty good moment to have. He never scored a goal for us, but he was involved in what was possibly the most important goal in Atlanta United history. So you can thank the captain for that. And like Darren Neal said, he's always welcome around this club. The fans will love him. We'll always, welcome him whenever we see him, and he's been a fantastic servant for the club, and I'd love to see him on the coaching staff one day. That'd be great.